We spend a good portion of our lives saving for retirement, so we don't want to squander it away on useless items.
Or pick up poor spending habits. You get to this point, you're on a fixed income, you want to be careful. So not every tempting purchase is going to bring value to your retirement. Actually, many purchases can lead to unforeseen burdens, which has happened to us.
It definitely has happened to us. The last thing we all need is to find ourselves strapped financially and sitting on stuff and things that create more work than they do experience.
Yeah.
And they also have tremendous expense.
Yeah, they might bring a little bit of joy, but not enough to justify it.
Right.
But today we're going to dive in and unveil for you 5 purchases that might seem appealing at first, but have hidden pitfalls in retirement. And if you guys are new here, thanks for joining us. I'm Mark, and this is my wife, Jody.
We don't focus on the financial aspects of retirement, but rather lifestyle, health, relationships, and much more.
To do us a favor, hit the subscribe button, the notification button, and if you could share this video or others with some of your friends, that'd be awesome. We're really trying to grow this channel and get more people to watch our stuff and have a good retirement.
All right, so let's jump in.
Here we go.
Retirees often believe they're making wise purchases and wise purchasing choices to enjoy their golden years, but many of them end up with regrettable financial drains.
So, first category is luxury items without a good purpose. Let's face it, we've worked hard our entire lives up till now, and if there's a little bit of extra money laying around, it's a good time to splurge, right?
It is. I'm trying to think, what do we mean by luxury items?
Well,
I think if you think about it, is that something that might cost twice as much as the basic version?
Or 3 times or 4 times, yeah.
But doesn't bring as much value?
Yeah, so exotic sports car.
Okay.
Or even a brand new fancy car. Or my hankering that's hanging out there, an antique pickup truck, a 1957 Ford or Chevy pickup, the year I was born. So I could bang around town in that. That's not a smart thing. That's why I haven't bought it yet.
Right. So
exotic sports cars.
Okay, so they serve a purpose, but
yeah.
do you really need the latest and greatest?
No, you don't. Yeah.
And what are you going to do about maintenance and cost? That's my kind of pushback on this truck.
What truck?
The truck you want.
It's one. It's not going to happen. It's just a little thing I have out there. Don't worry about it.
All
We're
right.
not getting a truck. I promise. I promise we're not going to get a truck. So anyway, exotics. You're retired. You need it. Your car is up. You had a company car. Do you buy it? Do you lease it? Is it new or used? You got to remember depreciation. What kind of options do you need?
Do you really need?
Do you really need
Right.
the latest and greatest Lexus GS 250? Or I don't even know.
Yeah.
But you need a car, right? You need to get around. So I think it's important to really challenge yourself when you're thinking of getting a car or a fancy car. Does it really make sense? And the other thing...
So I'm good on that one because I'm
All right.
not really a
Well,
fancy car person.
All right, so how about the latest computers,
Yeah.
phones, gadgets? I mean, I love gadgets.
So far, these two are speaking to you.
Okay, so, all right, let's jump into something different.
Okay.
How about high-priced designer clothing? I mean, this outfit costs what?
I'm not really a high-priced designer clothing
I know
kind
you're
of
not.
gal. I kind of wish I was. But I do believe, and I do have friends that have...
You look nice, by the way. I like it.
Thank you. I have one friend that has 7 pairs of those Golden Goose sneakers, and they're like $750 a pair. I don't have any of that stuff. But you know
PF
what?
Flyers. I wish they'd come back. Those
What
are
were
great
those?
sneakers. You don't remember PF Flyers?
No.
Oh,
Back to
come on.
luxury items, right? So for all luxury items, I think it's important to think about resale, maintenance and costs, longevity of use,
Right.
and is it practical?
Right.
So that's maybe the best way to define for you individually what is a luxury item.
And we're over with jewelry. It's out. No more fancy jewelry, right? What you have is fine.
Yeah.
You're good?
I'm
Yeah.
actually pretty happy.
Yeah, you are. We're going to start selling some of it. All right. So timeshare. What about that?
The second item would be
Yeah.
a timeshare, which is appealing to a lot of people.
Well, we know people that have timeshares and they've had them for decades. That's great.
Yeah.
But if you're in retirement now and you say, I'm thinking about a timeshare, you really want to challenge yourself on that. There's hidden costs, monthly maintenance, insurance, property taxes. There's risks, geographic risks, political risk, where you buy a timeshare.
Right.
The resale value is a little sketchy on some of that thing. And the other thing is flexibility of dates, right?
Right.
Because
Well,
we travel
we
and
do.
we do Airbnb.
Or
which
VRBO, right.
Which is a really good option, I think.
Well, it is most of the time. If you do the research ahead of time. I don't know a lot about timeshares, but I do know we do have friends that utilize them a lot.
Well, they go the same 2 weeks
Right.
every year to the same place.
Right.
Now, the good thing is they've been doing that for a long time. They know the staff.
Right.
They know the other people that go at the same time. But if it's new to you, really what we're saying is give that a lot of thought. You're
Right.
60, 65 years old. How much longer are you going to go to this location? Do you want to be tied to one location?
Do you still like doing the same things,
Right.
the same activities?
Right.
I mean, vacation and retirement is important, but
And travel is.
right. And just make sure that you vet everything that
Okay.
is included.
Well, the third thing that you really should never buy, and when we say you never should buy, we don't really mean never.
Well, it's individual.
But it's individual. Large and expensive boats or hobby equipment. So what's so funny? We've been boating for a very long time. And during our career, we carved out weekends and we went boating. And it was really important to us. And then we got a little bit of a bigger boat so we could go further afar. But then we retired and said, okay, this is great. We have all this free time. Let's get even a bigger boat so we can go away for longer periods of time. So we did that. And we sold it a year later. The thing is, I think it's really important to figure out if you're going to get a boat, does it really fit into your lifestyle? We thought it would.
We did.
But we now, with all our free time, travel to go see the kids.
Right.
We have them come to our house
Right.
and hang out. They don't want to go on a boat with
Yeah.
us. So I think that's something, talk about depreciation. You buy a new boat. There's this saying that a boat is a hole in the water into which you pour money.
No, there's some acronym.
Oh, the best day and the best day of boating is
The day you sell it or something.
something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, I think the thing about an investment like a boat is it has to be part of your retirement vision. And
Right.
in that retirement vision, you have to have explained to all of your community, right? Your
Right.
children, your partner, your spouse, it has to be part of what you do.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it is a huge floating expense.
well,
And we started entertaining more at the house and visiting the kids. And then when you're not on the boat, I have a real problem with a luxury becoming an obligation.
Right.
And our boat really became an obligation to us. And we really got angry with ourselves and each other because we weren't spending enough time on it.
I think it got more angry at me than I did at myself.
Really?
Yeah. Anyway, we have friends that have large boats
Right.
in Florida, but that's their winter home. So
Right.
if that's what
true.
works, it works. But anyway, expensive hobby equipment. We're going on a safari next year. Can't wait for that. And we're like, we should get a camera with a long lens, take pictures of all the animals. No, we're bringing our iPhones, and then we're going to maybe borrow a camera from a friend.
Maybe,
we don't
yeah.
need the highest end camera for a 2-week safari.
Right.
Buying high-end drones, expensive gym equipment. I work out with Freeletics app doing body weight. You go to yoga. We
Right.
don't. You don't need to buy all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, and if you do, and it's part of your vision and it's part of your financial plan
Right.
and you've budgeted for it, then
Right.
great. But really, the message in this is just be careful,
Be careful.
not to jump into certain things.
The other thing that a lot of people face when they retire is their home. Does it make sense to buy a much larger home? We have 6 children all over the place. And in order for us to have a home large enough for them to come visit, we need a 7-bedroom house.
Oh gosh, not with the grandkids. It needs to be 8 or 9.
Okay, we'll get a 9-bedroom house then. It's just not
It's just not
practical.
po- yeah,
So
it's not
we're
possible.
actually downsizing. We're buying smaller houses. We are at this phase where maybe and hopefully we start to spend more time at our kids' houses for holidays and things like that. And the other thing that we do is when we have kids come in town, there's no room, we do Airbnb.
Yeah, or VRBO, or somehow figure out how long are they coming, where are they staying, are they bringing pets, like what do we need to do? I think when you're looking at upsizing, when you retire, because maybe you have a nice pension, you have a windfall of money, you have stock you need to cash out, whatever it is, you've got to think of things more than just the cost of this new grand home, right?
It's the ongoing cost.
You have to think of insurance and taxes and heating and air conditioning and landscaping and maintenance. All of that has to go into your decision-making process. Otherwise, you may find yourself behind the eight ball a little bit.
Right. So that's, you really need to give that consideration. We don't say it's wrong to do, but if it works for you, that's great. There's nothing like having all of the kids, all the friends and family around for holidays and things like that.
Absolutely. Another thing not to buy is these new financial products that are unvetted. And Mark and I have a lot of conversations about this because we have friends that are into some wildly high returned, short-lived, unvetted financial products.
All of the stuff, I don't even know what they're called. Bitcoin and
NFTs.
Yeah, I don't know if that's come and went, but if you've got money to invest, it's really not smart to have a friend say, I got this thing, it's a 20% return, you should give me 100 grand or 50 grand or 10,000 or 5,000. It could be gone in a minute. It could evaporate. So you want to get good advice from a financial planner before you invest in anything that looks and sounds a little bit like, is that really possible?
Right. Is it the right thing for me to do with my money now?
Right.
And we're big advocates of, and we are not financial planners, but finding yourself a financial planner and getting your baseline, really understanding your spending and your withdrawal strategies, and really trying to figure out where you can go moving forward.
We have this arrangement with New Retirement, and the link is below for their dashboard that you can get that ties together all your financial information to show you on one screen how much money you have, and then you can run all sorts of different scenarios. It's a really cool tool. If you don't have it, you should take a look at it. But, we're talking about your nest egg. Right? What are you going to do with it? You want to protect it and make smart decisions.
And really, there is no get-rich scheme in retirement.
No. We've all worked hard to get here. And hopefully we have enough money to last and live a comfortable lifestyle. That's been the goal, right?
Probably the best advice we can give is to live within your means, make smart purchases, and make good financial decisions with solid advice.
Yeah, we only get to retire once, so we shouldn't blow it by making rash and short-sighted purchases. We hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, this next video, don't retire without this financial advice. Even though we're not financial advisors, there's some great information in here. We touch on emergency funds, living within your means, you just mentioned that, and some tips on Social Security. So watch this next.